late, y'all. I'm so sorry I am late. Let me get everything in order. So, I know I miss people. Alright. Hang out until somebody shows up. Um, Last day of August. Autumn, good evening, my darling. Thank you so much for girl. Miss Autumn. Barbara, greetings, my love. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I am so sorry, y'all. I am so sorry I'm late. I'm gonna be very honest with you. You all know, well, if you didn't, I've got a friend who is Miss Jones. Greetings. Y'all, let me explain what happened. I had full intentions of coming live at 9:30 like I had posted, but after work, I went to go see my friend that, I told you he's unhoused, and he also has spine cancer. And, one thing led to another. And, I was helping him out. And I just, time got past me. But the thing is that I left his tent in time. Baby, CTA was just as ignorant. CTA was so ignorant. And so now here I am. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all, today is the last day of August, and I wanted us all to oh, okay, great. You got in from your art walk. Okay, good. Yeah, and I'm glad. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm glad you made it too, Autumn. I'm glad you made it too. Girl, you so sweet. Um, where do I want to go with this? All right, right off the bat. Um, it's Sunday, and I want to get you all started into the workflow in a right piece of mind space. So let me just say this. It's the last day of August, like I said, and this month had its highs. It had its lessons, some blessings that we can truly be grateful for. Gratitude is how we close the door with peace. So now, as we step into September, the energy shifts, and this month, to align, to reset, and to move with intention, we're going to need balance. We're going to need clarity. We're going to need a steady flow. No chaos. So, no Tamar Braxton bullshit. September is asking us to call in order, to make room for growth, and to protect our peace while we are moving forward. All right? We got to protect our peace, because I don't know about y'all, but this August, I can tell you, August had me going through its paces. Now, I kept up, but I didn't need some of the bullshit that August gave me. So we went through all that. So September, we're going to get our ducks in a row. And let me tell you something, y'all. On a cosmic level, baby, September has got the lineup. Tomorrow, Saturn enters Pisces. It's a retrograde. We're talking about spiritual maturity and revisiting karmic lessons. September 5th and 6th, Uranus retrogrades into Germany. I said Gemini. Okay. And we're going to be talking about reevaluating sudden changes. September 7th, baby, we are now into eclipse season. September 7th, total lunar eclipse in Pisces. We're going to do emotional releases, ending karmic accumulations, things of that nature. September 13th, y'all, we got a Mercury Cassimi in Virgo. We're talking about heightened clarity, powerful communications. September 21st, Saturn at opposition. We're talking planetary brightness, the visible peak. September 22nd, the equinox. The sun enters Libra. It's going to be the start of astronomical fall. We're going to shift into Libra energies. September 24th, Mars is going to be squaring with Pluto, again in retrograde. We're talking about intensity, we're talking about transformation, deep motivation. So, September got it for us, all right? And with all the things that September has on its agenda. Oh, okay. Oh, baby. Saturn, it's a planetary brightness, visible. Baby, it's your moment to shine, T. Jones. It's your moment to shine. And happy early birthday, baby. Happy early birthday. So, we're walking into September. We're also walking in tomorrow into a brand new 5-day workflow. The word today is going to come straight out of the Bible. Acts 20, chapter 20, verse 35. It is more blessed to give than to receive. In this passage, the Apostle Paul is speaking to the early church. Paul is reminding them of Jesus's words, the teacher Jesus. Now notice something. This is the exact phrase. This is the exact phrase. It is more blessed to give than to receive. It doesn't show up in Matthew. It doesn't show up in Mark. It doesn't show up in Luke. It doesn't show up in John. It only appears in Acts. And it was quoted by the Apostle Paul. So, with that tells me that these words that the teacher Jesus gave were so powerful that they stuck with people and they kept passing them down, even if they weren't written in the Gospels themselves. So, when the teacher Jesus said this, Jesus wasn't talking about giving money. Jesus was talking about a whole spiritual posture, a way of being in the world. And we all heard that before. But tonight, before we go into our 5-day workflow, I want to break this down. I want to break this down to what it really means. And how I want to break it down so that you all can give without losing yourselves in the process. Spiritually, giving is very powerful. It opens doors, it builds connections, and it puts you in the right flow of abundance. Give what's yours and let it flow. The divine current is always in motion. But the thing is no one ever wants to talk about this, and that is receiving is just the natural ebb of the same tide. You all, I try to instill in you all that success is our divine birthright, and it comes from an open hand, not a clenched fist. However, that saying, I don't want to heat no boots right now, but I'm just going to say it. That saying is a form of spiritual programming that can work against us by creating an imbalance in the natural flow of giving and receiving. The saying makes us believe that one action is superior to the other, and that's false. That's what they would call a false dichotomy. And I call it programming why it's programming. This thing works as a form of spiritual programming because it creates a subconscious rule about how we should operate in the world. And it teaches us to prioritize giving, often to the point of self-deprivation. It, it shames or devalues the act of receiving. This isn't divine truth, though. That is a human man-made construct that was designed to control our actions and our beliefs. It conditions us to believe that our worth is tied to how much we can give rather than our inherent value. This is how it works against us. This type of programming works against us by blocking the divine flow of abundance. When we refuse to receive, we are essentially telling the universe that we are not worthy of these gifts. And it creates a cycle where we are constantly expending energy without replenishing it. Our divine flow is a continuous loop of giving and receiving. And when we break that loop, we create a stagnation. Let me stop right here. Let me stop right here and let me take a temperature. Are you all with me so far? Are you with me so far? You need me to go a little further with this? Barbara Peters, my birthday is September the 8th. Okay. All right, Autumn. Okay, thank you. Okay, Barbara, thank you. Okay, all right, good. All right, okay. Because I'm not trying to heat no boots over here, darling. I just want to, I want us to go into this new workflow with a little bit of clarity. All right. So it is better to give than to receive. On its face, it perpetuates a state of martyrdom where we believe that our suffering or our sacrifice is a prerequisite for being a good person. And this is subtle, but it's a destructive form of spiritual manipulation. So true abundance and success are our divine birthright, and they are meant to be enjoyed, not earned through endless sacrifice. The same, it is better to give than to receive. That it's giving. How do I want to say it? Giving keeps us aligned with divine circulation. When you release, the universe returns. It is the return that nobody ever talks about. That apostle didn't say it's better to give than to receive. It is better to give than to receive. But, he just left it like that. And there was no context to that. So, we've got generations upon generations of people that were constantly just pushing out, all in this hope of measuring up. And then and the thing is that it conditions us to the degree that when something does come our way, we feel we need to give that along too. That's not how this works. When you are, how do I do this? You all, I told you why I was late. And I made sure that my friend had food, I tried to do what I could and lift his spirits. There was only so much that I could do at that point, and I did not mind. It didn't deplete me. I didn't feel it was an obligation. None of that. And so therefore, when you give, and when you give in the correct manner, it boosts your mood, it lowers your stress, it creates bonds. But here's the key: you gotta give. Giving has got to come from the overflow. You know where it says my cup runneth over? That overflow is what you give. And you don't give it out of fear or out of obligation. That's where the real blessings live. When you don't do it because you feel you need to, or when you don't do it because you fear about it. All right? Let me show you something. Right here. Check this out. The Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles right there. It shows somebody handing out coins, holding the scales of balance. And it's about knowing when to give and when to receive, because both are sacred acts. Giving and receiving are both sacred acts. Watch this, y'all. The Empress. Look at her. She is sitting in pure abundance. Okay, the overflow. With love, creativity. She ain't forcing shit. She gives because she's full, not because she's empty. Look at how much mama's got to give. Do you see the difference, y'all? Are you seeing this? Together, these cards remind us that give freely but give wisely. And trust that what you put out is going to come back. But let's keep it very real. What happens when you give too much? That's when resentment creeps in. That's when folks start taking without giving back. And spiritually, overgiving actually clogs the flow, because it ain't coming from love. It's coming from fear. It's coming from guilt. It's coming from obligation. It's coming from control. If giving don't bless you as much as it blesses them, that's not alignment. That's depletion. Let me say that again. If giving don't bless you as much as it blesses them, that is not alignment. That is depletion. I want you when you get a moment, I want you all to look around. Everywhere in nature, there is this thing called reciprocity. Reciprocity is built into creation itself. The sun gives light, but it rotates. Trees give oxygen, but they take in carbon dioxide. Rivers give water, but they rely on the rain. Flowers give nectar, but they receive pollen. Nature never forgets balance. Us human beings, we are the ones that overgive and call it love. The truth is, everything circulates. Nothing is lost. If the flow ain't coming back to you, it's a sign to redirect your giving. Don't cut it off. Just make sure it's going where it's honored. And again, here's the part that folks miss. This scripture, it's better to give than to receive. It's not about submitting to control. This is about submitting to divine law. You're not bowing down to people. You're aligning yourself with the circulation of abundance. And that is an empowered submission. When you give from alignment instead of pressure, that's when your giving becomes sacred and the blessings multiply. Are you with me? So, I want to leave you all with an affirmation. I'll put the affirmation in the description if you don't get it. And your affirmation is going to be, I give from overflow. I receive with grace. And I honor the balance of divine reciprocity in everything I do. I'm going to say it one more time. I give from overflow. I receive with grace. And I honor the balance of divine reciprocity in everything I do. So here's the challenge, babies. Here's the challenge, my little terabytes. This 5-day workflow, try to find an opportunity where you can give something. Time, energy, money, love, but also receive something. Even if it's a compliment or a kind word. Watch how the flow shows up when you honor both sides. So you got that, but sit with this. Sit with this. Where can you give without fearing of lack? Where can you allow yourself to receive without guilt? Then are you giving from love or from obligation? And then ask yourselves, how can you bring more reciprocity into your relationships? Now you're saying to yourself, Ronnie, what does this got to do with work? I don't know where it came down to. Somehow or another, in the workforce, it is normalized that we give and we give and we give. I challenge you this week to act your wage. Did you hear what I said? Act your wage. Act your wage. Y'all, let me tell you. This is a Sunday. I'm like everybody else. I got to do things to pay the bills, things of that nature. You all, last Thursday, I had to bartend for the Chris Brown VIP party. It was what it was. Today there was an event, and it was about 2,000 people. And I see everybody running around. They're all running around, and so I'm bartending, and everybody else was running around. Baby, your girl was pouring a drink Your girl was pouring a beer, one drink at a time. That's all I was going to manage. That's it. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know how to multitask. But what I'm saying is that for what they paid me, I wasn't going above and beyond. I wasn't going to go out of my way. No, 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 no. They knew that they had 2,000 people coming in. They knew how many people that they were going to staff. Baby, if people had to wait for a drink, that was beyond me. I'm asking you all, do not get fired. Do not get fired. But when you start putting in that extra effort, you getting paid for it? You getting any kind of recognition? Are there any merits at the end of all of this that when the review comes, it was like, well, Tahisha Jones, she stayed overtime, during that snowstorm. Are we doing something for her? Baby, these companies don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. I purposely avoid corporate. The moment I hear somebody says, oh, we a family up in here, baby, it's time for me to dip. I've got family. I love my family. No, no, no. This is not family. This is work, baby. This is work. I hear when they say, oh, we're like a family over here. You know what that means? You want to work me like a dog. You want to work me like a dog under the guise of, oh, we're partners, or no, 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 baby. I'm going to act my wage. I'm going to act my wage. And I'm going to tell you now, not only am I going to act my wage, I ain't going to feel bad about it. No, ma'am, no, no, ma'am, Pam. No, I ain't going to feel bad about it. This is the contract. I come in at 9, I leave at 5. I ain't coming in at 7:30. I ain't staying till 6. No, this is my contract. That's it. That's all. Y'all, I want you to start acting as if your attention and your energy are currency, because they are. They are. I want you all to live your best life. I want you all to get your mind right so that the bullshit that this world likes to place on us, you all are not affected. That's it. That's all. So again, my little terabytes. Act 20, verse 35 reminds us, it's more blessed to give than to receive, not as a demand to drain yourself, but as a call to alignment. Give with love, receive with grace, keep the flow alive. The moment you start to deplete yourself, that's when you know you fucked up. Y'all in the chat, drop me a heart if this hit you. Drop me a heart in the chat if you were able to receive this message. Hey, Kiki Laws, gracious greetings, my darling. Hey, Animus. Hey, love. Thank you, Miss Jones. Got it. Got it. All right. All right. All right. Y'all received it. You got it. You got it. So, y'all, September is going to bring us a new energy. I want us all to go in with a new mindset. And again, give, but not to depletion. Stay in alignment. And not only give, but to be able to receive. All right? Greeting, Rabbit. I'm glad you're here, baby. But now we're done. We're done, sweetie. We got done. Hey, Rabbit, if you listen to the live, baby, because we got deep. We got deep into the live today, and it may help you out. All right, y'all. Listen. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm not gonna keep you long. Yeah, we've been on for 30 minutes. It's 10:30 here, so I know y'all are tired. Thank you all for bearing with me. I'm so sorry. I promise. I was not late because I did not want to be here on time, baby. Things, life just be lifing, and I got to see how work goes. Um, Yes, I need to. Oh, thank you, love. Please do. Yeah, Anna. I think I was cooking tonight, baby. I believe I was cooking tonight. So you all listen again. Let's give August. It's fond adieus. We're gonna thank August for the highs, lows, the blessings, and all the things that I be grateful for. And we're gonna walk into September open to receiving that good energy, and we're gonna give that good energy back, right? All right, y'all, thank you so much. Y'all mean so much to me. um you all are my blessings. So with all that being said, y'all stay in alignment, stay in alignment, stay in alignment. Please hit that like, please like the video. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, do all them things. And I'm not quite sure. I believe we'll do some readings tomorrow evening. I gotta see how that goes. All right, y'all. Wait. Miss Autumn, T. Jones, thank you, Anna, my moderator, Deluxe Rabbit, Miss Barbara Pentino. Y'all have an amazing, amazing day tomorrow. Have a blessed 5-day work cycle. All right. Good night, y'all. Good night.